Welcome to Acro Yoga Global's Thai Massage with Milen and Joey. Prepare a soft surface on the ground. Any combination of carpets, yoga mats, blankets, and pillows will do. Plan for some relaxing lighting and play some of your favorite music. Remember, there are no rules. Stop halfway if you need to, skip a portion, improvise. Take care of yourself. You'll want to communicate with your partner during the massage. You can use your words if that feels right, or these hand signals. You could signal for more pressure or harder. You could signal for less pressure or that hurts, and you can let your partner know that that feels really good. Let's get started. Begin in a comfortable seated position near your partner's feet. Close your eyes and take a few deep breaths. Arrive fully. Commit to being present for the entirety of the massage. Gently blink your eyes open and contact your partner's feet with your hands. Begin some light thumb press walking along the soles of their feet. Use your thumbs as your main point of contact. Try to keep your arms straight and simply shift your weight into one hand and then the other by rocking from right to left and left to right. Move your unweighted thumb a little bit further along your partner's foot until you reach the base of the toes. Then make your way back toward the heel again. I invite you to check in often with your partner to calibrate the pressure of your touch. Milen, how's the pressure? Okay. As you rock from right to left and left to right, it's important to make sure that you're able to do this from a position of comfort. I'm choosing a kneeling position, which works well for me, sitting down on my shins, but if that's not comfortable for you, then please make whatever kind of adjustment you need to find comfort. Perhaps that means sitting in a cross-legged position or on a cushion or in a semi-kneeling position. It's up to you. Collect your partner's leg, have a seat between their calves, and deposit their thigh, rather their calf, on your lower legs. So it's best to do this from a cross-legged position. If this is not very comfortable for you, I invite you to get as many cushions as you need to under your hips until you can find a comfortable cross-legged position to sit in, with your partner's lower leg resting in your lap. Continue your thumb press walking, this time a little more forcefully with the hands, as you will have a hard time keeping straight arms, all along your partner's calf and lower leg. Begin near the ankle and work your way up toward the knee and then back down toward the ankle again. You can imagine a series of parallel lines that you walk up and down and then go to the next parallel line and walk up and down. How's that pressure, Milan? Okay. So unlike the thumb press walking that we did on the feet, in this variation, you're using the strength of your hands rather than the weight of your shoulders or your body weight to apply pressure in this technique. Move slowly and go at your own pace. Connect your partner's foot to your hip in order to explore some range of motion in their hip. I'll demonstrate this twice so you can watch the first time and then follow along the second time. Foot in the hip, supporting the knee, other hand on the ground in order to come up into a lunging position, holding your partner's leg in the air in a bent position here. I'll do that a second time. And if the transition doesn't make sense for you, you can always just abandon this position in whatever way makes sense to you, and then build up the second position in a way that makes sense to you too. So guide their foot to your hip and support their knee with one hand, and one hand on the ground will allow you to reach this semi-kneeling position. Now, if that didn't make sense for you, you could just leave the cross-legged position and then collect your partner's leg and find a lunging position. Place their foot on your hip, and now begin to guide their knee in large circles, initiating the movement with your own hips. You can explore a bit of a forward and back, half moon pattern that you draw the knee along this curved path, or you can do a more circular type exploration. Option to place the free hand on your partner's hip that's on the ground and continue the articulation of the hip socket from there with that extra point of pressure. Feel free to reposition your foot and knee on the ground to a spot that is more comfortable for you. It's possible that you may be a little bit too far away from your partner, so you may need to go in a little bit closer. Next is the water pump technique. We'll switch our knees, which knee is on the ground and which knee is elevated, stepping the other foot over our partner's straight leg, then guiding their leg over our thigh. I'll do that again from another angle. If you're familiar with the water pump technique, you can begin that technique already. Can you point your head towards the camera, please? From our lunging position, support your partner's leg, switch which knee is on the ground, with the new foot stepping across our partner's straightened leg. Guide your partner's leg over that lifted thigh. Knee pit can find its resting point along the thigh. You may need to straighten your leg and then bend it again in order to get that. And in this case, I need to move my knee a little bit closer to my partner's hips. So just as much as you need to, and find yourself in the water pump position, and then push down on the ankle or foot in order to lift up the hips slightly and lower them back down. You can do this a couple times, pushing down and then releasing, pushing down and releasing. You can also use your free hand to accentuate the movement or help by pushing the thigh up towards the ceiling. And you're welcome to turn this into a little bit of a circular movement rather than just pushing up and down, pushing in a circle, introducing another dimension to the water pump. You can do this slowly or you can do this rhythmically. It's up to you. And slow the movement down, and then gradually bring it to a stop. You may need to place your hands on the ground for this next technique, but we're moving our foot to the other side of our partner's body. So hands on the ground might help with this, and step over their body to the other side. Now, if that's not available to you because of flexibility or mobility, then please just continue with the water pump and then join us for the next time once we're done this one. If you're in this position, this leg lock position, we'll apply some practice by moving away and exploring those different angles. So you can place both hands on the ground and move your mic pack if it's in the way. And then simply explore different dimensions that you can apply some pressure, moving away from your partner, shifting your hips away from them, perhaps shifting your hips forward, maybe following that half moon pattern, guiding your partner's hip through this pathway with a little bit of traction, a little bit of resistance, a little bit of tension. And when in doubt, check in with them. See what feels best. Maybe they want you to just hold some tension outwards, or maybe they prefer the rocking. Then what do you prefer? Some traction being held or the rocking forward and back? Okay. Exit this position the same way that you came in. You may need to lean away from your partner, hands on the ground, to bring that foot over to the other side of their body. Come back to a semi-kneeling position, tuck the back toes, and come to standing from there. Step off towards your partner's feet, holding their ankle in your hands, and apply some traction backwards, just leaning away from your partner. Perhaps you have both hands supporting the ankle or foot. And as you lean back, you can just rock right to left. Step over the leg on the floor. Place the outside of your foot against that leg to hold it in place. And now lean away from your partner in this diagonal traction position, guiding them into a light twist at the same time as you lean back, lifting their far hip off the ground toward you. Reminder, find a comfortable way to do this. If your back is rounded and your elbows are bent, then you're likely working harder than you need to. Find a way to offer this comfortably and easily. If it feels right to you, you can introduce a light rocking in this position as well. Just shifting your weight from your right to left foot slightly. And return back to the center. Lower that leg down to the ground. And it's time to do the other side. So I invite you to start the video over again and return to the second side, starting with the thumb press walking on the calves, although you're welcome to repeat the thumb press walking on the feet as well before moving on to the second side. Enjoy your practice.